Alrighty. We're live. Give it a few minutes to have people roll in. More digital. I'm gonna make a video today. What it is, kind of taking trades off of. I was just talking to our developer yesterday about it a little bit, so planning on doing that today. I'm not gonna give like every single in and out because that kind of defeats the purpose of our algo. But yeah, we'll talk about it in a video today. Said I was gonna do it yesterday. Now it's today. Morning, Geo. I'm doing well. Hopefully you are doing well also. We'll do black, I guess. All right. Then we'll do this one. Green. And this one will do red. All right. Yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. I will talk about the Algo in a video today. I was just confirming some stuff with our developer yesterday, so. But yeah, let's have a good session today. Go from there. All right. Let's do a little poll to get the day started here. Poll is what's our poll? Poll's gonna be there's the poll. If we sweep previous day high at 21,575, do we reverse or reverse heavily? What's the bender? I'm going to talk about it in a video today, what it's based off of, but I'm not going to give like every single in and out of detail, just because that kind of defeats the purpose of us giving you guys the algo. But we will talk about it today, and we have it set up with a 1-to-1 risk reward. Yesterday, I'll show you the trades from yesterday here. All right. First trade, a short here. This is yesterday. Got a nice 1-to-1, perfect exit there. Next trade was a loss, so we would have been break even on the day. And then we ended the day, one more trade at 11:30 for a win, so it would have been plus 1R yesterday. So whatever risk reward you were running, or whatever risk per trade you were running, I should say, that's how much you would have made yesterday with a 1-to-1. So. Botfolio made 5,800 realized gains yesterday with $1,700 open P&L. And I woke up this morning as well up 1,700 in open positions. So we did bump the contracts up, so it's more suited for a person with a bigger account, but would have still been about a $1,500 day yesterday with 1 micro per position. Hopefully should be a pretty solid session. I want to see some bullish action all the way up to 21,780. Interesting. What's at 780? Let me look. Yeah, what's at 780 that you're looking for? Supply order block area. There's an hourly 4-hour high up at 850. Also an hourly high at 690. I'm gonna watch previous day high for now and see, because I'm not necessarily looking for crazy amount of points or whatever, but yeah, it does win more than it loses. The whole June contract with a 1-to-1 risk reward, our developer Ben tested it, and again, whole June contract, it was about 17,000 profit. That was on 600 risk per trade. I think maybe that was probably on NQ, I think. But yes, about 17K profit with 600 risk per trade. So take that for what you want on your own risk per trade or whatever. But it was, I think, around 70%. So already mentioned I will explain that in a video today. So no more questions about the algo this morning, please, because I'm going to explain that in a video later. It's supposed to be a little sneaky for you guys. Predicted maximum amount of points you should theoretically be allowed to move within the formula I use. Gotcha. All right, well, we'll see if you're right then. I'd be looking for right now a potential reversal off previous day high, 576. London low is at 400, which is a little ways away, but we'll see what we do at open. We will see what we do at open. Let me check the news really quick. We do have Jolt's job openings, 10 a.m. That's high impact. That's it for today. Tomorrow is the start of some NFP type of stuff. So the rest of the week's pretty big with news, but gamma wall around there with cards and stuff. Indicate reverse beach bed area. Interesting. You're very scientific about it then, huh? I like it. 780. I'll see. We're still a ways away from that. We got 240 points, but one minute until market opens. And we will see how we do. It's been a pretty good last few days for SBS, so pretty good last few days. Caught the bottom yesterday, jeez. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff, yeah. We'll see if you're right. I agree, it is nice. But yeah, we'll be talking about the algo later, so, you know, we'll talk about it then. But just gonna kind of watch it this morning. Still in beta. All right, here is the open. Push up on open, 570. And there's previous day high swept. Big push there on the open. ES hasn't swept previous day high quite yet. That's at 59.55. I'd like to see ES sweep the previous day high for me personally as well. For the 32 range, I have the RSI on 9 and 2. Nice job, Paul. Awesome. Use the OCO, placing above and below. Nice stuff. It was a nice pump on the open, so that would have been a good candle for it. A lot of opportunities this week to pass evals, guys. News quite frequently this week. I haven't tested HFT's algo yet. The Spectre is what you're saying. Good morning, TJ. How you doing this morning? I just hit a little 1-to-1 risk reward there, manually. Little wiki, a little close to open for me. A little close to the open for me. Didn't necessarily want to stay in too long there. Could have held, but I think with how close it is to open, I mean, I took that trade pretty much 3 minutes into open there. So I've never used SBS on that. It's really only built for NQ. You can use it on YM as well. We are in 32 range, so just a regular 32. So yeah, plus 2. I don't know, these Bulenox counts are a little funky right now, it looks like. Looks like yeah, 220 to, I made about 230 bucks on 3 Bulenox counts, and then on my Top Step fundeds, let me give you an exact number here. I literally caught the bottom hop out there. Um, 230, 226, 226, 226, 226. So just round up, say 230 times 8, so about 1,800 today total on fundeds. 1,800 on fundeds. So yeah, my fill was 542, 21,542. I hopped out at 519.75, and then we ended up coming back up right to my entry. So if I were to have scaled there and then gone break even, it would have tapped my break even. And it's just too close to the open for me to really want to hold. And it's pretty wicky so far. I don't know if you guys think it's wicky. To me, I thought it was wicky. Now we're moving a little bit lower, but I'm happy with that little 1-to-1. So all you need is 200, 300 bucks a day on multiple fundeds, and you're good. So I'm actually just going to close down my quant tower there, and now just watch SBS. So 211 there on 32 range. That was no indicator filter. Here's the trade. Move it a little bit for you guys. But now, yeah, now a market looks wicky. So we hit first TP and then broke even there. So yeah. You can see how sometimes like 1-to-1 is better than scaling. Yeah, 32 hour, I did catch a nice entry there, but sometimes 1-to-1 is just better. So for me on that manual trade, I just went 1-to-1 because of the wicks that I was seeing. I ended up making 230, right? But if I scaled, went break even, I might have only made 100, right? So on this 32 range, if we went everything out at a 1-to-1, we would be up 420 right now, or 400. But since we had that and then break even, we only caught 200. So you can see sometimes it's just better to go 1-to-1, right? Even on SBS, 1-to-1 might be better. We're in a V-shape to the upside right now. Again, Botfolio is currently up 1,800. And I haven't had to touch a button on Botfolio all week. I mean, I added a warning monitor, so pretty much it kind of like clicks the screen for you. So if there's errors that pop up, it clicks the right buttons to hopefully, you know, get out of those errors or match everything back up. Flawless. I mean, I haven't had to touch a button since Sunday night just to match everything up before the week starts. So that's working better than expected. So it's looking like that's true automation. True automation. That was a quick day for me too. 5 minutes there, pretty much done. Botfolio is at least 25K live account to use half of the portfolio. It's recommended for 50K account. No prop firms on that. Yeah, it's an AHK. Yep. Yep, it's auto hotkey. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't messed around with it too much, but it's working phenomenal. So little custom script there built for TradeStation Xing out of the errors and stuff like that, and matching, making sure they stay synced, and it's working good. So I'm happy with it. We're in another 32 range here, so you can see how potentially the indicator filter, you know, it's filtering out some of these trades. Could be good, could be bad. You know, some days it's gonna help us that we're not in all these trades. Some days it's gonna not help. Like if these end up hitting, we would have been done for the day already, right? But yesterday, we actually were better off using the indicator filter. So just depends on the day, right? I'll leave this here for now. But stop loss is 595 for that. Right now it's looking pretty good. We just got some nice bullish momentum there though. Trade's looking all right. Not my favorite, but what keeps you up when you see a trade going against you or losing? What keeps you up? Assuming you're kind of asking like what keeps me in the trade. You gotta trust the process, man. Like I trust SBS. I mean I obviously built it with our developer and I trust it. I've seen it work plenty of times. I've seen trades that I'm like, oh, this is 100% gonna lose, and it ends up hitting full TP. So it's just about letting it run for you and trusting it. If I really see something like, yeah, if we're moving close to 10 a.m. and we were still in this trade and there's high impact news, maybe I would flatten the trade because it's just too risky holding through news, but just gotta trust it. It's hard to trust your trade sometimes. Like that trade I was just in manually was very wicky. Thought, I could easily get stopped out. I held to try and get a 1-to-1. Ended up hitting. So that's what I would say there. So what are we thinking here? 13 votes, previous day high. We did reverse, so I would say we did reverse for my liking. From the high to the low there, 85 points from the previous day high. So I would say that's a pretty good reversal from the previous day high. Not like maybe not something Gio's looking for with his 300-point trades usually, but SMT and QES. Yeah, we did. ES didn't never swept previous day high, and we were in a big 4-hour bearish for value gap there too. So I thought it was decent. SBS is swing breakout sequence. So it's kind of just a sequence of swing points put together in a certain order that create a pattern that usually plays out pretty well. Maybe I'll show you on the screen here. Let me expand this a little bit. So you can see, if you zoom in here, you can see some numbers, right? So we see a 1, 2, 3 down here. Okay, so it's a kind of a 4-step pattern with what we're doing. So first step is a breakout. Second step, you retrace into the breakout area. Third step, we move below 1. Fourth step is ideally become above number 2, which is this entry. So then we entered, that's that. Yeah, it is based on, that's where I found out about SBS. And then I started making videos on SBS, and then tons of people loved it. Just the idea of SBS, right? And I'm like, let's automate it. So we did. And it was a great decision. By far the best bot we've ever made, for sure. If you make more and base your daily profit on martingale, I don't know what you mean by that. That was a loss there. So again, at this point, having the indicator filter on has helped us stay out of all the junk so far. Win rate is SBS for 2. Well, there's so many different ways to use it. I can't give you a for sure answer on that because I haven't even tested all the ways to run it, right? There's pretty much infinite amounts of ways to run it because you can use any indicator on it. I think to give you an estimate, the win rate on like the 1 minute chart with like a 2 risk reward is around like 45%, 50% on average, right? So that's pretty good. It doesn't sound good, but when you have a 2 risk reward, that's really good. Okay. You only need about a 33% win rate with a 2-to-1 risk reward to make money or break even. So 50% is doing pretty well. With the 32 range, generally it's about the same, 45, 50%. I think with the indicator filters, it definitely bumps that up a little bit just because you're staying out of a little bit more junk. So, bump it up another 5, maybe 10%. That'd be my estimate for you. I don't have like a final answer for you. If your TP is 50, stop loss 45, base video TP on the martingale. I don't understand your question though, because martingales, if you lose a trade, it'll double your contracts on the next trade. So I don't know how that's basing off of this, and SBS doesn't use martingale, so I just don't understand your question. Good looking 1 minute short here. We swept. Yeah, good looking 1 minute short right now. You'd have to chase right now. You're using just use spec. I think martingale is okay. I'm not a giant fan of martingale personally. 1 minute short is right now already kind of swept a low. Anyway, back to your point. Martingale, I don't mind. Like NQ trader, MNQ trader, if you really understand it and put some time into knowing it and understanding it, then I think it can be good. But generally speaking, I think for most people it does more harm because they don't understand the full idea of it. So for most people, I'd say you don't want to use martingale. Some people, I think it's good. It just depends. So. Yeah, if it wins more than it loses, it's still like NQ Trader has like a 80% win rate, right? We could load up NQ Trader right now. Okay, I'll enable it here so you can see. I have my eye on the other stuff, so if we get an SBS, I'll switch back. We'll let this load up here. But yeah, NQ Trader has an 80% win rate. But the risk reward is bad, right? Every win, you need 3 wins. And if you have 3 wins and then you have a loss, you're break even, right? So you need to win quite a bit, right? It does have an 80% win rate. So theoretically, if you just use one contract all the time, you'll be okay. You'll make money. It'll be slow. But the idea is it wins so often that the chances of it getting back-to-back losses are slim. But if you don't understand that it can get back-to-back losses, and it does, and you're trading during news and stuff like that, then it can be worse, right? Like you need to understand when to run it. Like on big trend days, like yesterday. Let me zoom back to yesterday. Yesterday, you guys know, was a very trendy day, right? So from midnight on default settings, I literally just loaded NQ Trader up here for you asking for the settings. Loaded NQTrader up, changed the stop losses to 150, left everything else on default, and enabled it. That's it. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins yesterday, right? Just because it was a trendy day, it was a pretty smooth day, right? But if you get days where maybe it's more choppy, this is another good day. This is what, Monday? Or this is Friday. Friday we had 1 win, 1 loss, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, a loss. So 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, 8 and 2, 8 and 3. So yeah, so a little worse, right? Anyway, martingale can be good. I'm saying it can be good. You just have to understand when to enable it and learn how to use it, right? If you just blindly enable it, let it run all day, you're asking for trouble, in my opinion, right? If you really learn it, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. Like, we had a guy with NQTrader at the end of last year who he was using NQTrader. He studied it on Sim for 2 months. He was just learning how he liked to use it, when he liked to use it, what kind of conditions of a market he liked to use it on. Studied it for 2 months on Sim. Then once he was ready, he jumped on a 150K account, passed the 150K account in 2 weeks. Right? So there you go. I think all of our stuff works, right? All of our products work. It's about really just, you have to understand how you like to use it, right? People who do best with SBS, they know how they like to use it. They know when they want to enable it. They know, they're only looking for one trade, things like that. If you just, again, enable and run it from 9:30 to 4 p.m. every day, maybe, yeah, it's not going to take full advantage of it, but yeah, I don't understand your question, because if you say if you base it on your martingale while your TP is more than your stop loss, that makes 0 sense to me. If you use martingale, you have a positive win rate, a good win rate, and you have a TP that's bigger than your stop loss. I think martingale is fine, if that's your question. If you have a good win rate, your TP is bigger than your stop loss, martingale, I think that's fine to a certain extent. So you're that one trade guy. If you get one trade, then I can move my stop 1 to 1. I'm good. Yeah, all you need is one trade 1 to 1, right? Like for me, with my manual trading at least, I have a lot of days where I might hit a really good trade where it's 100 points. But I scale out a little early, or then I'm break evening and I'm scaling, right? I might end up making 300 bucks, right? I was risking 200 bucks. I caught a really nice trade, made 300. Today, I just took a quick 1 to 1, right? I was risking about 200, ended up making 230 with just a 1 to 1. Because if I ended up scaling and then came back on me to break even, I'd probably still be looking for a trade. So sometimes 1 to 1's just better. I have videos. If you're on NQTrader, I have videos on the WAP or in the email that you get on the settings that I use. Mainly, I like to run NQTrader from 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I'll kind of show you. Mainly, I like 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. Offers generally a good balance between a lot of trades and win rate. So I do 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then I just set my avoid times here, 9 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Okay. So like this. And generally I use like a 1-2-1 for my multipliers. The default is 4 or 1 4 3. I like to use 1 2 1. Also, I've seen people use 3 2 1, right? So either way. And then obviously high fill resolution, enable it. And I'll show you what it would look like here. So last night it would have been 2-0, right? And then we'd be done for the day. The night before that, it would have been 3-0 and we're done for the day, right? Night before that, it would have been 1 loss. Then it doubled for the next trade, right? So now we're only down part of a trade and then 2 more wins. So we would have been green on that day as well. Day before that, we had just one win. Day before that, we had 3 wins, no losses. Day before that, 1 win. Day before that, 1 win, 1 loss. Day before that, so some days you'll, with the market now, you'll wake up huge overnight range. You got to be careful on a huge overnight range. This day we had 1 win, 1 loss, another win. So with these 3, pretty much break even at this point. So we can kind of move on. Then we had a win, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, a loss, and then 6 wins. So up, again, a good chunk here, right? So you can see I've already shown you like 5 or 6 days. Generally pretty consistent, right? That's how I like to use it. This is on MNQ right now. That's how I like to use it. Generally speaking, right? If you want maybe a little bit more scalp, I would say in the data series here, you could use MNQ is not always the same as NQ because their price action is actually slightly different. Oftentimes they'll get the same trades, sometimes they don't. Can we tell the indicator to buy when the price is above VWAP and sell below? Yes, you can. You would have to make a little VWAP one yourself, which we have the tutorial on WAP. And I asked our developer, he said VWAP, you have to like pay for the order flow or something. NinjaTrader, I don't know if that's true or not, but yes, you can. You can literally use any indicator on NinjaTrader and make it fit with SBS. We have tutorial videos on the WAP on how to do that. And you can ask in the chats and stuff too. We've mainly provided EMA, RSI, and SMA. All right. Anyway, for more of a scalpy setup, someone discovered a while ago 102. Yeah, for the native VWAP you have to. Some available online you can download. Gotcha. Yeah, so could do that as well. 102 brick size though. I'll let that load. Is very scalpy. The guy who initially used this liked to use it between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. in the morning. But you can see we get a lot more trades. So last night with the default settings, we were 2-0. The scalpier ones, we have 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, then another win. That's it. And we can keep going back. You're going to get more losses because it's more scalpy, right? Could also get a lot more wins. So you need to really learn how you like to use it. Trying to find I don't remember the day that we had a million trades, but anyway, 102 on 10 to 11 a.m. is what that guy liked to do. So Botfolio's up 2,100 right now for the day. Again, I haven't clicked the button all week for that, so. $26 people in here. Thank you all for joining. All right. Please feel free to drop in every day. We just chill, make some money together, hopefully, and have a good time. All right. We're pushing up, though. We'll see if Geo is right. Geo did predict 780. He's probably not talking because I think he's in a long. Oh, there he is. Great to have some more people in here again. I agree. I really really like having like the 25 to 35 people in here, because then more people chat and stuff. You make more with it? Make more with what? The NQ trader thing I was mentioning? I like the default generally. Yeah, I really like having like 25 to 35 people in here. So feel free, subscribe, drop in here every day, see what's going on. All right, we're just chilling. Cheap Trade-Evade prop firm? Most prop firms allow Trade-Evade, my man. I'm shocked that ES isn't moving right now. ES is a complete barcode. NQ's moving up. Not many trades here with SBS, obviously. We had a couple on the 32 range, no filter. Yeah, Geo is indeed in a long, as I was just predicting. He was a little too quiet, so he's probably, my guess is in a long from like 530 or 560, one of those two numbers, and targeting 780. That's my guess, from how I understand Geo for now. I didn't even realize we had news at 10. I kind of forgot. It wasn't that much. The Jolt's job openings, we moved 32 points in that candle there. Now it's just getting a little bit choppy. Seem to be. I kind of determine it choppy by if we're maybe disrespecting an inverse for value gap. So like maybe we break a bullish for value gap, so we look like we're moving lower, and then we reverse right back up. It's like not clean action, you know? But yeah, we are releasing Botfolio this month. If you guys are interested in Botfolio, if you have a long-term portfolio that you are using, you want to take a chunk of that money, put it into Botfolio. The average yearly return we've seen over the last 5 years is about 70% a year, with no more than a 20% drawdown. So actually beating the drawdown of the market, and also outperforming the market by a ton. So you're mostly still scalping with Spectre, not taking large positions, many longs. Did look pretty good though. Yeah, I gotta check out Spectre a little bit. I feel like I got a lot to do, man. All right, so a little bit of a move down here. I think this could be it. This could be the start of the move lower, a bigger move lower, just because ES is currently dropping heavily, and we may have just been waiting for NQ to kind of turn down so that ES could start to fall. So NQ is the only thing holding ES up, is what I'm saying. And now it's free falling. So prediction kind of right. So yeah, literally NQ I think was the only thing holding ES up. Now it's getting heavy to the downside. So yeah, 30-second inverse for value gap just worked really nicely there. How you know when to scale? Just by watching chart time. I usually scale at swing points. If you don't know what a swing point is, I would just look it up. We did have a 1 minute trade, which is behind this chart. We are in this trade. I'll put that here. 1 minute default SBS chart here. All right, we're in our new bot as well. New bot trade here. See if we can hit this. Getting a V-shape inverse for value to the upside as well, currently. So we just dumped really clean 30 or quite a bit there. How many points was that? 60 points almost. And then immediately reversed. We didn't even sweep the lows, I think, right here. I think we made equal lows. We did. Equal lows at 557.5. So where our stop loss is on this trade, there's equal lows, so not the best trade here. $620 is a little up there right now. It's doable, but it's a little up there. We have quite a few bearish for value gaps we'd have to get through, so we'd need quite a good momentum pump up. Yeah, ES in the last 5 minutes just took out the whole morning range already. $38 points on this 1 minute default trade. There's no indicators on this. No indicator filters, I should say, on this SPS trade. So I know a lot of people who use the 1 minute do not scale, or yeah, they just go for a full 2-to-1 and they don't trail their stop. That's what I meant to say. Don't trail their stop. So yeah, perfect equal lows, 557.5. $620 again. That's a little up there. I mean, it's 20 points. We all know NQ can move 20 points in a half a second, so we'll see. Once these trades finish up, though, I think we're going to call that a morning. We're getting close. Real close. We're up 43 points on this 1 minute trade. Again, you could always flatten if you were like, you know what, I'll take 45 points today. You know, you don't need to let it hit the TP. You can always just click the flatten button right here. Say, it's been pretty choppy, pretty crazy morning. I'm just going to take my 45 points. Boom, click flatten. You're done for the day. Just shut it off. Stop loss break even there. Need a nice push here. Let's see a push up to that first target. Otherwise, it's going to be about a 0.7 R total there. On the bottom trade, we don't have a trail stop, so it's either it hits TP or it loses. That's just how I have it set up right now. We just hit 612. We got 6 ticks away there from that first TP. 6 ticks away, man. And we're gonna come back. Just choppy today. Just choppy today. Sometimes nothing you can do. choppy, also clean at the same time. So it is nice. If it comes back, we'll take our little 0.7 risk reward trade there. I would like one more drive. Yeah, lack of correlation. ES going crazy. Wants to be bullish. Yeah, it is a big lack of correlation this morning, for sure. NQ well above previous day high. ES well below previous day high. We've swept the highs and lows of the morning on ES already. It's just, yeah. Generally speaking, on a perfect day, ES and NQ would be correlating in their candles, and I would say NQ candles would be about 4 times the amount of points as ES. So, if you get a 20-point candle on NQ, I would expect ES to have moved, 5 points, something around there. If it's not looking like the same pattern, or the candle sizes don't match up, it's generally not the best. Waiting system on my YouTube. I live stream every day. Have tons of videos over the SBS Autotrader on my YouTube as well. We don't have any free trials for it. We have monthlies. It's just monthly options. So if you want to, try it for a month, you can do that. And if you don't like it, you can cancel. Although people who see the best results often try it for 2 or 3 months, generally speaking. So if you're expecting an auto trader to, do everything for you, you don't have to learn anything, and you're gonna start making money in a week, don't buy it, because it's not gonna happen. So, I mean, it could happen, but most people that think that way doesn't end well. So first TP hit there. We need to hit that first TP there, or the TP here on the new Algo, the trend bender. Got 3 points away. I think it does look like we're going to get a push here. Just a little push up to 620. Seems pretty doable. So I think we're looking good. Hit 18, 19, 1 point. There we go. All right, so perfect trade. New Algo trend bender plus 1R. 500 on the day. Let me take a picture of that, post it. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice entry there on trend bender as well. Boom, boom. In this 1 minute trade, we are up 50 points. Looks like we're going to stop out for 1R, and that is okay. That'll be about 390 or so on the day. So again, we're going to wrap this up for the morning. I'm assuming we're going to get stopped out break even. I don't think I want to sit in this trade and live stream for another 60 points because I don't even think that'll happen this morning as of right now. We hit 603. Our stop is 602.25. So we got 3 ticks away from our break even there. Or our trail stop, I should say. But I think we're just gonna wrap up the live stream. All right, so it's 10:20 currently. Another pretty successful day with our algos and manually. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining. Be back tomorrow. Please join tomorrow. All right. Make a video today going over the new algo a little bit. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, everybody. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning. So tune back in tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.